Be up, guys. Be up, guys. Welcome to the stream. Yes, major apologies once again. This is so delayed once again. I was wanting to come on a lot earlier. I was going to be on about, say, half one, even half four. Half one would have been really early if I could have made it then, definitely. But no. Other things kind of took over again. I'm very, very sorry once again. I did promise to a lot of people I will get this on here a lot earlier this year, this season, whatever. And it's not quite happened. I do apologise. I think hopefully when the actual season starts, I will try. Pardon me. Apologies, guys. A bit of windy pops, but once I get the season starts again, hopefully I can get the shit sorted out and be on here more on time than I keep saying I should be on time and start. It's not happening, and I feel I do let people down. Not getting on time. I hope that's not why people unsubscribe. I really hope that's not the case, but other things in life happen. It's so hard to juggle the two. You got to sort out your own life as well as what's going on with your life, as well as doing all this, which is amazing. I love doing this. I just do. It is incredible. But I have to fit it in somehow with my life. It's hard. But I want to keep doing this. I always love doing it. It's these last years few years that I've done it. It's just I've got it. I was apprehensive when I started it, and I wasn't great. And I'm still not amazing at it. Don't get me wrong, but I've got a lot better than I used to be. When I first started doing this, I was really terrible. I was green still, and I just didn't really get into it, used to it. I sort of have now. As I say, I'm not incredible. I know a lot of people might say my voice isn't suited to this either, but ain't a lot we can do with our own voices. You could go and see a voice coach to sort things out and this and that, but I don't think you'd ever sort my voice out somehow. But it's my voice, and I'm trying to make that's the only way to get things over. What I want to talk about with the bees and so forth. So people don't like my voice, so I drone on and this and that. It's droning and what. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. If you don't want to hear it, you don't watch it or listen to it. But it is entirely up to you. Everyone has a choice at the end of the day. So, but yeah. But anyway, getting on to this transfer thing, we are signing a new player, and actually, it's not quite the one I was hoping for. There's quite a few others we've been looking at, and this was a bit of a surprise to me that this was happening. I don't exactly know when this is happening, but apparently it's happening soon. That we're supposed to be getting this young man in, 18-year-old Aidan Stokes, that plays for New York Red Bulls. Yeah, I can't say I know him. I don't exactly know him. Just 18 and another young keeper, and we've got a few now. As I say, I was quite kind of hoping for maybe another striker, defender, midfielder, whatever. But we've gone for another goalie. And actually, it's only a loan move, apparently. I think with the obligation to buy, though. So I guess if we do get him in on loan, we're going to have to buy him at the end of the day. And, on all accounts, though, apparently he's a fantastic keeper. So let's, I'll get into it all, I suppose. Also, of course, as you see there, I'm going to do a preview for our Keith Andrews' second season with the Bees and the prediction of what I feel may happen with us this season coming, and well, that'll be in the second half. Mainly, I'm talking about a transfer situation to start with, and that's about this young man, obviously, Aidan Stokes, just 18, keeper. Anyway, I'll just get this up, this article, and let's get into it. All right, just coming up now. There we go. This is from the Hounslow Herald, of course. Local paper, obviously the Bees there. Hounslow Herald, and incorporating the Chiswick Herald and the West London Herald. I have read this occasionally when I've been around there. I've looked at this. They do them quite close. They do them actually at I think, well, obviously near the train station and probably bus. Well, not exactly bus station, but not far from it. They do these papers. Very, very good paper, in fact, obviously. So, so Brentford closing on deal for USA teenage talent. Let's have a read of this. Brentford are reportedly set to sign USA under-17 goalkeeper Aidan Stokes as the club continues to strengthen its ranks during the summer transfer window. According to Gimme Sport, the 18-year-old is expected to join the Bees on an initial loan deal with an option to buy from New York Red Bulls too. Stokes is expected to link up with Brentford's development squad. So, yeah, obviously development squad, it's going to be one for the future, maybe, not exactly now, I guess, looking at this. Though whether we might give him a run out somewhere, I don't know. But, yeah, the development squad where he will continue his progression with a view to challenging for first team involvement in the future. So there you go. It is basically the development squad. The move would represent Brentford's fourth arrival of the summer following the signings of Callum Wilson, Jane Anthony and Yannick Schuster. Brentford have built a reputation for identifying emerging talent and developing players into Premier League regulars, with the club's recruitment model playing a key role in their rise over recent years. Keith Andrews' side narrowly missed out on European qualification last season after finishing ninth in the Premier League during the Irishman's first campaign as head coach. Stokes has featured for New York Red Bulls too and represented the United States at youth level, with Brentford now looking to add the teenage goalkeeper to their growing pool of young talent. Brentford have also strengthened their development squad by signing midfielder Sam Sene Richardson from Chatham Town. The 19-year-old has agreed a 2-year deal after scoring 11 goals and providing 27 assists last season, earning the club's Player of the Year, Player of the Season and Young Player of the Season awards. But anyway, I'm going to go to another one talking more about this new site. This will be a new signing, loan signing. Let's go to I won't do that one just yet. No, not that one. Sorry, guys, I'm just finding the right article here. Quite a few I've got, obviously. Right. Right. Let's just. Sorry, guys. I will be there with it soon. I'm just finding the right one I want to do at the moment that probably says a bit more actually about the guy, you know. Uh, right, this one, right, I'll do this one now. Right, hold on a minute. Right, here we go, guys. Brentford adding USYNT goalkeeper Aidan Stokes on Red Bulls on loan. United States youth national team goalkeeper and Red Bull New York prospect Aidan Stokes is headed to Premier League side Brentford on loan. The Post confirmed on Wednesday. Stokes 18 will join Brentford's Premier League 2 roster, which is the developmental league for England's top division of soccer. The deal includes an option to purchase his contract, an option to purchase, not uh, obligation. By the looks of it, I guess. I thought it was an obligation, but it's an option. Right, so it doesn't mean we have to sign him. Daniel Reban of Area Sports Network was the first to report news of the deal late Tuesday night. Stokes was raised in Tatawa, NJ, and went through the Red Bulls academy, beginning at the under 15 level and then through the under 17 level. He eventually signed a 4-year MLS deal through 2027 with an option for 2028 in April 2023. There he is there. Yeah, as I say, a big lad, tall lad, only 18. Don't see what size he is, height he is. I think he's probably around 6 foot something anyway. Maybe 6'5", 6. I don't know. It could be. Oh shit! Hold on a minute. Sorry about that, guys. Right. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, it could be 6'4", 5. He might say he's higher than there. He's been an up and comer on the national scene, earning call ups to the United States under 18 camp in March. Then that took place in Portugal and the under 19 camp in May. Stokes made 4 appearances for the under 17 squad during the 2025 under 17 World Cup, recording 2 shutouts and allowing just 2 goals. He's also eligible to compete for Wales and England due to his ancestry and has been called up by both national teams. Well, there you go. I heard of a Stokes actually playing for England, but I don't know. I guess there is another Stokes. I'm sure there is. Maybe it was him. So, yeah. Bit surprising if he's American. I don't know. He's actually American, I guess. So I don't know really. But anyway, he played for Wales under 16 squad in 2023 and for England's in 2024. Stokes has spent the past 3 seasons playing for the Red Bulls developmental squad, making his MLS next pro debut against Philadelphia Union 2 on April 21st, 2024. He started 18 matches during the 2024 season. As part of Red Bulls 2's MLS Next Pro Cup winning team in 2025, and this season he's made 7 appearances for the development team. Stokes is the son of Nick Stokes, a former semi-pro goalkeeper in Wales, and a man the team credits for his love of soccer. I started just because my dad got me into it. Stokes told the Metro Energy Soccer podcast in 2025. My dad played it because he grew up in Wales and he played it his entire childhood. And he kind of passed that on to me, and then I fell in love with the game. I have my dad to thank for getting me into it. Well, that's good. Glad about that. Well, obviously he was raised in New York, New Jersey. So yeah, he is obviously American, really, although maybe he was born elsewhere. But anyway, I think he's maybe a good signing. I still can't see the height. There's no height about. Let's just see there. I want to see his actual height because he looks a tall lad, and you need a really tall keeper. Would be really good. Player. Let's see. I think there's a player profile. Pardon me, sorry, I can't actually. Well, there's a height of 1.83 metres, but that means nothing to me. Let's see, there's got to be something here. Height of 6 foot. Well, 1.83 metres to 6'4", depending on the source. I mean, I thought he looked really tall, but if he might only be 6 foot, I'm 6'1", so he's actually shorter than me. Not by much, but a bit shorter. If that is the case. But anyway, I mean, he's still quite tall, and I think he'd be good enough. Hopefully, apparently he's got a lot of talent. So for me, this don't sound too bad. He's only on loan initially, anyway. We'll see what he's like, and then if he's good enough, we'll buy him. Obviously, we will make it permanent. Well, he's coming up through the developmental, squad. So we'll find out eventually if he's good enough. But yeah, here's another signing. As I say, not quite the one I was thinking of, I was hoping for, but there's still plenty of time for those. But yeah, I think he would be very good. And obviously, he's for the future, though. He's not now. And we'll wait and see on this one. I mean, we have got a few keepers now. So, it's what are we going to do with some of them? Anyway, so there was this on X. Sausage Brent versus Tom Bogert. Sausage Brentford to sign USYNT goalkeeper Aidan Stokes and Red Bull New York on loan. At Dan Reband 97 first reported. A few other English teams had interest, but Stokes off to England. Will be with Brentford's second team. Deal includes purchase option. Stokes 18, also eligible for England and Wales national teams, has been called into both England and Wales youth national teams too. So there he is there, obviously. Let's look at a few comments, few opinions about this. The advantages of a British passport. Yeah. Collecting the American goalkeeping talent like Infinity Stones now. Tommy Scoops inciting rebound. Holy shit. Tommy Scoops is citing rebound. Holy shit. Anyway, the USMNT needs players who move to Europe to play for the first team, not for youth squads that send them back to MLS after just a year. Isn't Eyestone still there? Yeah, he's still with us. Yeah, Eyestone. Yeah. No, young goalkeeper who emigrated to Europe, who is succeeding these days, are Tim Howard, Brad Friedel, or Casey Keller doesn't come along. Yeah, no young goalkeeper emigrated to Europe. Oh, no young goalkeeper who's emigrated to Europe is succeeding these days. Tim Howard, Brad Friedel, or Casey Keller doesn't come along. So, yeah, kind of understand that one now. Let's get down to some more comments here. Is there any more? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's all the comments. So yeah, to me, yeah, he could be good. He could be brilliant. I mean, we're going to find out. He's coming through the development group squad. So let's just wait and see on this one. A few years before he maybe gets in here into the first team, 1 or 2 years maybe. He may be quicker depending on how he does. I mean, we are looking at a really good backup for Kelleher. Or even if Kelleher decides to go at some stage, we've got a ready-made replacement. Obviously, don't forget we've got Ingham Arson, who's backup, second choice. I'm still not sold on him. The jury's still out on Ingham Arson at the moment. He's fairly tall. Obviously, he's Iceland's number one, but I'm not so sure he's that great. But a few things he probably needs to work on. But if this guy comes quickly through development stage, he could be the number two. As I say, the backup. And then eventually number one, if Keller decides to leave. So for me, this could be a really great signing. But we've got to wait 1 or 2 years at least, maybe, to find that out. But one sad bit, as I alluded to the other day, what I spoke about, a signing we're definitely going to miss out on. Sadly, won't be coming to the Bees. Is this guy? This is absolute fucking terrible. That we're not going to get this bloke. Why? As I mentioned the other day, why were we interested in him at one stage and nearly signed him? I think it was last season. Why now have we given up on him? If that is the case, I mean, we don't know actually. Did we talk to him and he didn't like what he saw here? He didn't want to be part of this. I don't know. That's the thing. We really don't know. But it just baffles me why we have not gone for Daizan Maeda again. He was only going to be, like I think it said 10 million. That's how much Ipswich, I think, had spent on him here. No, I really don't understand this one, guys. he would have been ideal for us, guys. And my ego. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Why are we letting this guy go? Why are we letting him? You know, he'd been a fantastic signing for us. There's just some things that baffle me about our club, and it's things like this, and I really don't get it. I really don't. So it's saying here the Parkhead faithful has reported this that Aidan Aidan is currently in Ipswich undergoing a medical ahead of a potential move to Ipswich. I mean, it's not potential. If you're there for a medical, you are going, aren't you? It's not potential, is it? Because you're going to go. If you're going to have a medical, you're going, aren't you? You're there. I mean, okay, we've seen players have medicals and they fall through for one reason or another. We had it here with Noosa, of course, who played in the World Cup. He was amazing for Belgium in the World Cup. Fantastic young player. And there was some issue with his medical and it all fell through. So he couldn't get him. So, I mean, I'm not saying this guy would have a medical issue problem. And even then, if it falls through, and we can't really go for a guy if his medical's problem. I mean, we'd have medical here and it'd be the same thing. So, no, unfortunately, he's going to Ipswich. And having this medical, you know, once that's done, I think he's going to be confirmed. All being well with the medical, it looks like it will be over between Celtic and the Japanese forward. Aidan looks set to bring his time in Glasgow to an end after becoming a hugely important player for the Hoops, a major departure for Celtic. So, yeah, he's going there. He's going to Ipswich Town, guys. I am really, really gutted. I just do not understand why we haven't gone for him. I don't get it. Why are we not going for him? We've done it before. I just cannot get my head around this one. I just do not understand it. It's I wish I knew why. I just don't get it. We were all set on this guy. We were so interested. We were going to. I'm sure we were, and I'm sure we were the team that was going to buy him last season, the unnamed team. I'm sure that was us. But, well, what can we do? It's happening again. It's happening again. It's Groundhog Day with this, isn't it? I think this was a real potential great signing, and we're sleeping again. I think we slept on this, and it's kind of Ipswich has gone like that. They're getting him. They come up and they really want to get his signings in. They're not hanging around, are they? I'm baffled. I really am. Very, very confused with this. I'm sorry, it's just gutting, guys. It's just this guy has all the attributes of a Brentford player, and we're letting him go to Ipswich again. Again, we're going to lose out to Ipswich. No, that just doesn't sound right to me. And a team that's just come up from the Championship have jumped ahead of us and gone for this guy. It's just not right. And I mean, you know, we've had history with Ipswich, let's be honest. One or two players we've been after before they got ahead of us, and it's, you know. No, I don't like it. I really don't. But although I think we're took a different slight direction. I still don't think we're acting quite like a Premier team still just yet. I still don't think we are. I mean, look, yes, we're signing more experienced players now, which I like. We're not just getting the youngsters to develop. We're not getting them cheap and developing them and selling them for more money, for a bigger profit. But I mean, this was another one we could have done. This was he's 20 because he's about 28. And we've all, look, we got Callum Wilson, who's 34, 35, even 36 maybe. I think he may actually be 36. But the thing is, why did we not go for this guy? Why? Why didn't we? Ipswich had got him. And just 10 million quid. That is it. 10 million quid. Anyway, I've got to move on, guys. I'm just fed up with this, to be honest. I can't keep talking about it. If it was me there, I would have gone for him straight away. When he's available, you get him. Amazing player. And, well, we lost out. We're losing out, and that's it. So, let's move on. Got to move on. And I've got to talk about Keith Andrews, obviously. Second season now. And what will we do this season? What will he do? I mean, obviously we're already getting some players in. We've got 3, well, it will be 4 signings, but one's for the future. But the 3 we've got so far, of course, Schuster will probably come in. Maybe not straight away. I don't know. It's possible. I think he's been bought to play almost straight away. I guess. I'd like to see him ahead of, say, somebody like a Vandenberg or something like that, because I just think I'm still not sold on Vandenberg. Or even Collins sometimes. I mean, I think the thing is as well, maybe one of our centre-backs is going to go. I mean, I'm still not totally convinced with Aya. He was in the World Cup, and even then he looked dodgy at times, as we know. I know people say Pinnock should go probably now because he's older. I still think he's good, a very good, tough defender, solid defender. Ethan Pinnock, but maybe he's the one that will go. I'd like to see what this guy can do. He's young, Schuster. Yannick Schuster. We're gonna find out, and supposed to be very good at passing out from the back, apparently, as well. I hear. So we will find that out, I'm sure. Obviously, Jaden Anthony. I think he's a really good signing, actually. 26, still youngish, They're still fairly young, in a way. But it is still young. So, I rate him. I think he's done a really good job. He's done a really good job at Burnley in a struggling team. Let's be honest, he was struggling. They were struggling, and he was really good in that team. And I still rate him. He come up through Arsenal. I think it was Arsenal Academy, I believe. So, he's got to be pretty good. I know he's been around some other teams. He's not stayed anywhere exactly. But I just, I think he's a really good player, and I think he will add goals. No doubt he will. I think he's really good. A vast improvement on Reece Nelson. Well, anyone is, let's be honest, but Reece Nelson just didn't do it on loan here. So, at the end of the day, I just think he's a good player, and I really rate that signing. Callum Wilson as well. Yeah, I think he's got plenty of goals, maybe still in him. I think he'll be an impact sub. I can't see him playing many games, starting many games. Maybe in the cups as well. I mean, what is he, 36 now as well? But he's got goals in him, the guy, he really has. So when you think about it, that's a pretty good signing. I quite like that. To start with, I wasn't totally sure. But now I think about it more, that's a very, very good signing. And yeah, very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. So, yes, but anyway, so they're the signings we've got. I'm still hoping we're going to add more. I still think Sam Fleming will be a fantastic signing. Let's hope. Let's hope we will still go after him. Another great attacking option. More defensive options to get. I think midfielders still. There's still quite a lot of good ones we're looking at, and I really hope we do go for these players. I mean, even if there's a bidding war, you've got to go in for them. Other teams will be interested in these sort of players, and there's not a lot you can do about it. So let's go for it. But let's get back to what, obviously, talking about Keith. I'll just put this up here. Yeah, so Keith Andrews, right. I just feel, because we know he signed that new contract extension, during the season. And yes, he's done I will admit he's done a fantastic job in his first season. We got ninth, okay. It was, we got that before under Thomas. But it's still a decent achievement for his first season. Not in relegation problems. And no doubt at the start of this season, we'll still see people saying, oh, Brentford will be down there or in relegation or fighting it. And I hope they don't, because I don't think we are that. I think we're quite established. I mean, it's going to be our sixth season, don't forget. So, to be honest, I feel we're more than that now. We are more than that. I mean, I don't think we're ever going to be, well, not at the moment anyway, a top 5, top 6 club. That's just never really going to happen at the moment. But I just feel we're better than people think. They really do underestimate us. Because the thing is, we do buy, we do get rid of a lot of a lot of players and sell them on, buy players, sell them on. We get, that's part of our project. What we do, that's what the Bees are about. A sort of feeder club in a way, you could say as well. I mean, I don't like it myself personally. Sometimes you've got to keep hold of these really great players that, because when you lose the likes of Bramo and people like that, it's never going to be amazing because you keep losing out to Watkins and so forth, Tony even at one stage and others. Konza, we all know about what he's doing now, where he's playing. He played for England, of course. Tarkowski, that sort of thing. Those sort of players, I mean, that. So you've got to kind of keep hold of your great players and decent players at some stage, and otherwise I know we keep seem to replace them, and we still seem to bat above our weight, you could say, and play above our means even. But you can't keep doing it. We can't just keep saying we're going to keep doing it, and it's going to be the same every season because it just won't work. It won't work like that. And I just feel we need a settled team. I still think obviously one or two have got to go. Kevin Charter definitely has got to go. I kept saying he hasn't improved, he hasn't developed. Last season would have been ideal for him. I think the season before he did score, what was it? I think his first time in double figures, mate. I think it was 11 or 12 goals in the previous season. And then I thought he's really going to kick on. And at times he can be incredible. He can be amazing sometimes. I mean, he's got that pace, incredible pace, amazing aerial ability, spring, great in the air. But then he goes missing. Then he goes, he loses the plot of what he's doing, and looks disinterested. Looks like he don't want to be there, and I just think, well, a young guy that's got this talent, and he's not going anywhere. He's not developing it. He could be petulant at times as well. He got in trouble a lot last season. He was, got red cards, 1 or 2 red cards. So, but when he's definitely on it, he's on it, and we see he got hat tricks as well. They scored goals, but it just, I don't know. I wish he would get better. I just thought he was really going to develop. But I'm not sure. It don't look like it to me. And I think now he's just got I think he's got to leave. But maybe we will sell him. Maybe he will go now. I don't know. But we obviously got to keep an eye on that. So I just think there's at least he has to go, and maybe one other. I don't know. Well, it's possible Carvalho may go, and I've yet to see the real best of him as well. So maybe that's another one. But we still got to keep the nucleus of this team, I feel. Thiago, I don't think he's going anywhere just yet. I still want him to do better now this season. He tailed off last season, got 25 goals, and then he just seemed to lose it. He didn't want to play. Maybe he was too shattered. Maybe, the one season, the full season, he had to get used to after coming here injured. Got injured, when he come here, out the whole season. Then had to play a full season. Yes, got all them goals, and he's incredible. Top goal scorer, and, incredible stuff. But either it got to him in the end, maybe he thought he really started thinking, I'm really great, I've made it, I've done it, I've already done it, and there's nothing else to prove. But he still definitely has got a hell of a lot to prove, and But if he starts well, does well, I mean, yes, we lost to Forest last season in the first game, but he scored his first goal in that game. So we got Spurs to start with. Can we hit the ground running this season? I mean, it was as I say, a poor start last season. I mean, okay, it is a marathon, and it is about how you finish, not how you start. But I don't know. I still like to see us start fairly well. I don't want us to be, on the back foot to start with. Let's go. Let's try and go early and get a good start to the season and build on it. I mean, I wasn't so sure about this guy, and I still wasn't totally going to back him, and I probably won't just yet. And I was worried about this new season, that he may struggle. You've got one fantastic season under your belt, your debut season. You think he should build on it. He should, he could go again and do the same thing. But I'm not entirely sure he could. Because that worried me. But now I've sort of got hope because Damien Duff was brought in. And I think he would do a really good job. I mean, he's been coached elsewhere. He's done things that he was a fine player in the Premier League and other clubs in other leagues. I think that's invaluable that that he's coming in, and I just feel now we could do good again. We could do really well. If it's as good as last season, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I just don't think we will be in relegation trouble in that shit there. We may get a bit lower than we were last season. That's possible. But then, when you think about it, we've got some extra experienced players in now up front. And if we do actually add to this, if we get an even bigger team, we get a lot of other good players in, either Premier ones or experienced ones or obviously development ones or whatever. But I think if we build on this and keep the squad going bigger, I think there's a possibility we could get higher. Maybe the European place. I think that's kind of what we're maybe looking at when we got these players in. We're going for a European place, and maybe that then we know we've got the biggest squad, a bigger squad available for when we get there. That's what it looks to me. I mean, if we're going to get there, it's the real thing. I just not sure. I think we'd have to look. It's going to have to be at least. You're going to have to be to like 6th, 7th, maybe, to get it this season. So it's a tough ask again. I'd like to think we could do it. The thing is, these other teams like say that we were battling to get there last season, the likes of Brighton, Bournemouth, obviously Sunderland, who got there, all three have got into it again. They're going to be the ones going to sort of struggle because they're coping with Europe as well. So they might not be in that challenge so much. They're going to have to cope with it. I think Sunderland may be the worst that are going to cope with that. I mean, Brighton have been in Europe before, of course, so we know that they obviously know they can do it. Bournemouth first time. But, can have got a decent squad, fine lot of players. Alex Scott and so forth, Groupie and all that. They've got some really good players there, Tavernier. Plenty more, a new coach, obviously, but I still think they could struggle a bit, especially with being a new coach as well. Is it Marco Rose? I believe Rosa. I'm not so sure that they're going to be right up there this time because they got to cope with Europe and it's more games. So, I think Sunderland will be the worst out of those because though they've got some very good players, I don't think they've got a better lot of squad players as Bournemouth or Brighton maybe. So maybe they will kind of struggle there, but so that may give us a clearer shot at, say, maybe a 7th place. Because this is obviously a preview prediction, so I could predict 7th. Going with my heart, then my head might say, well, no, maybe something like a 10th or 11th again or something like that. Really. So say if we're going on say this is a fantasy thing and we could say a dream and I could say we could finish 7th, yeah? And that would be obviously Europa League, really. That's kind of Europa League conference, whatever. Europa League, really. Because I think we'd have to get that or conference. We can't do Champions League, no way. So it's Europa League or conference. Ideally, maybe conference. But say if we're going to finish 7th, right? I mean that's my sort of not confirmed spot, but that's what I would hope we could get. But my true prediction on this would be probably I'm going to go 11th, right? Say something like that, right? So really that doesn't achieve much because we're lower than we were last season. I just feel it is really going to actually depend on who else we add to this squad, to the team, on where we actually finish. I think there's going to be. I don't think we're going to be down near the bottom. There's not relegation battle, no way. But it really is going to depend because we didn't have some of that backup wasn't there last season when likes of Thiago weren't doing it, and he was probably knackered. He needed a rest. He needed taking off. We didn't do it. So this season, I think if we've got that backup there, that'll happen. This time we'll get more of a break. So, yeah, I really think if we do get him in, I'm saying 7th, if we can keep this going with this team, this squad. I'm going to say 7th. If we don't get the final players in that are needed, I think we'll finish at least maybe 11th, 12th. That's what I'm saying. As regards cup competitions, I think our main target of getting a trophy and real possibility of getting a trophy is the Carabao Cup. We have been there before, quarterfinals, semi-finals, whatever. Now if we get these extra players, we may have more of a chance of gaining that extra step, possibly. Getting to the final at least, whether we could win the trophy is another thing. Again, the FA Cup, well, I'm not entirely sure we could go all the way there, maybe, but as I say, we've always got a chance. If we get these extra players that we do definitely need, I think we've got a real chance. But obviously, we all know we're not in Europe or anything. We won't get a Premier. There's no way we're definitely not going to get that. So it is Carabao Cup, FA Cup. I think for me, if we're really going to go for a cup, it's the Carabao Cup. And who knows? Maybe we would have extra now. Maybe we will have a better chance of going all the way there. So yes, these are. You can't really totally confirm these because uh, it, there is a lot to do still. It's just it's not nailed on that we're going to do this. So, but I feel more hope now with Damien Duff there. I think there's a better chance of doing something with him as well, not just because Keith will, would struggle a bit more maybe, and now he's got him there with him. I think he could guide him a bit more. I just, I'm still not totally sure with this guy, and with Duff there now, maybe we could do something more next season. But we're going to see. It's a tough one, and second season syndrome. It's we will see. We will see. If he struggles, then I will have to go at him. I mean, I won't hold back. Maybe some won't. Some won't do that. They won't go at him, but I will because I want more. I want us to see us do something, achieve something now. We can't just say we don't just want to sustain Premiership football. We just want to also go for other things because otherwise, why are we in this Premier? What are we doing in the Premier? If we're not going to go for if we're not going to try and challenge for things, it's just no. I want to see it go. I want to see more happen. And I mean, the thing is, some other Brentford fans just don't care. Well, they're saying, well, we're in the Premier, and that's all we care about. We're just happy we're going along for the ride. That's all that matters. We're not. If we don't win nothing, what does it matter? We're not going to achieve anything. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, you've got to still want things. You've got to still want to achieve something, succeed with something at the end of the day. I mean, a lot of them would go back and say, "Oh, look, we got to the Premier. That was our trophy. That was our achievement. We don't need anything else." But I'm sorry. I'm not settling for that. I'm just not settling for that. So if he does really badly in his second season, I will go for him, and I'm not going to accept it. I'm just not going to accept it. I don't care what these other fans say, these other Bees fans. I mean, and there are a few that actually will back me as well and will say the same. And a few that I know definitely will say that. But maybe kind of the majority are just happy to be in the Premier. Just to try and compete with these bigger teams, And that's what they want to do. And they're just don't care about anything else, a trophy, Europe or whatever. I don't know. It is hard sometimes to know with some of our fans. But as I say, if we do a similar thing, say if we finish ninth again, well, that'd be incredible maybe, but no, I want to see us push for that European spot. Definitely, say seventh, at least seventh. If we fall really short of that, I'm not going to be really happy, but I will still concede that at least we're not down there and struggling, really, really hanging on to stay away from relegation. Because I really don't want to see us go back down now. I don't want to see that happen. All that we've achieved at being in the Premier for so long. But I do want to see us add now. I want to see us go for something. And if we are building this squad to do that, well, yeah, That's great. I'm very, very happy with that. But if it goes wrong, if it falls flat, then, as I say, I'm not going to hold back because what happens, right? He's got the second season. Say if he's near the bottom or something, and say we go down, then well, for sure he has to go. Unless you're going to say, oh look, well maybe he might get us out of the championship because he's been around there before. He's been down that way before. But no, I don't want to see that happen. I want to see us stay here. I don't want to see us go down and come back again. Because I don't think you can. I mean, the championship is not that easy a league to come straight back out of. It's not. You can't just come straight back up. Some teams have done it, yo-yo teams like Norwich and so forth, but you know they're not staying in the Premier. They're still going back up and back down and up again. No, I want to see us stay here now. Let's sustain this. Let's stay in this league, in the Premier. It's the big league. Got a lot of money for finishing ninth in away, loads of money, but let's just go for it now, guys. I think we've got to get seventh. I really want that. At least Europe. It's got to be the main objective. If we're not going to say win a trophy and go for a trophy, if that's never going to happen again, then it's got to be Europe. If we're going to fall short of that, I will have a go. I will have a go at him. I'm not, as I say, I'm not afraid to do that. I'm not going to back down with it. I'm going to go for it. I don't care what these other supporters have said and slagged me off or whatever. I don't care. I am a Bees fan for many years. It's 1980. Still going strong as a Bees fan. And I care about this club. I want to see it go places because it's a good enough club to do that. It's a brilliant club. Yes, we're a community team, a community club as well. We're trying to be friendly in the neighbourhood, and we're trying to build relations, and we're always going about that. But we don't want to be thought of as soft as well, because we're not. Bees sting. Yes, they don't want to, and they should, because they know they're going to die. But they do sting, and we don't sting at times. We really lack that. And I think now this season we've got to prove the sting is back. Because unlike actual bees, we can come back after we sting. We will come back. But if the sting is just not there to begin with, then what is it? What can we do? But that's my hopes. That's my predictions. My preview predictions for the season. I will probably do after a few games. We'll probably do a midway sort of review. How I think we're going. And then I can go back on what I said here and see if it looks like we're gonna on our way to doing something. Or not, or how we're getting on. So it's going to be tough. We're going to find out whether we're up to it. If Andrews is really up to this job, as I say, with Duff there now, I think it's giving him more help, and it might just get him. Another season maybe if we don't struggle, if we don't go down to the bottom, if we're say we are finishing top 10 or something again, say if it is, although I still think maybe 11th or 12th, but say maybe if it's 10th or 9th again, maybe you can probably have one more, at least another season, but. How long do we give him? Do we give it? how long do you give it? I mean, look, we know Arsenal gave Arteta many seasons, 5, 6 seasons now, to win something. And yes, they won the Premier eventually, although they did win an FA Cup as well, as we know. But they actually won a Premier as well. I mean, the thing is, that's never going to be levelled at us that we're going to win something like that. And that's, we can't say that he mirrors that. He's going to mirror Arteta because we're not achieving that. We're not aiming at that. We're not a massive giant club that are aiming at that. But what we are aiming at is to get into Europe and things like that, and to maybe win a trophy like a Carabao Cup or FA Cup. But that's what we could realistically do. But we seem to fail every season with it in the end. When it looks like we're building something good and we got something good there, we fall flat at the end. It goes wrong. It goes to shit. And I wouldn't say it's because the manager's shit the bed, because I don't think Andrews would say he would shit the bed and not follow through with it, because we were so close to it, and we all know that. But there was something lacking in that final bit. All them games we drew didn't help as well. Get a point when if we got 3 points in those games, we would have been in a massive, incredible position. But the thing is, even at the end of the day, I'm not sure we would have wanted it in the end, because I don't think we're quite ready for Europe. I think with this season, if we get these other players in and we're getting towards that, maybe. The Dizan Maeda thing we fell short with, and we're not going to get him. He's going to Ipswich. So that's something that we can't, because I feel with him there, we would have pushed for it more. I really think we would. But he's not coming. He's going to Ipswich. So, but I still think that there's others we get in, if there are these others that allegedly we really link with, Zian Fleming and so forth. If we can get all them in, I just feel there's a real chance. If not Europe, maybe a trophy. But I can't say this for sure, because I've got to see over a few games and see the way it's going and how I feel we're gonna do after a few games. We got obviously the friendlies first. We've already beat Wimbledon 3-2, but that's Wimbledon, who we play pretty much every year in a friendly. Now we got Rennes and so forth coming up. So, let's wait and see there as well. The players have got to build their match fitness back up. They've got, another long, grueling season ahead. Let's see. But my hopes, and that were my previous predictions, my hopes are 7th and Europe. Or if I had to say, swap that for a cup. Yes, a cup. Say a Carabao Cup. But if we don't finish 7th, maybe an 8th or 9th, I would even settle for 11th or 12th. But I wouldn't be happy with that. But I will settle for it. That we're not struggling yet again. Because if we are just going to say we're going to stay in the Premier once again, let's say try and finish as high-ish as we can. But no, I'm expecting a bit more. But as I say, I won't be afraid to give my opinions and go on a few rants yet again if it goes wrong. So. Anyway, guys, thanks for following me and watching this today, live or on playback, but obviously nobody in the live chat. But that's not an issue. I mean, obviously, I'm not surprised because I was supposed to be on here at R4 and majorly delayed again, unfortunately. I know I had nobody in the live chat. But as I say, that's not a real problem. Other people will catch up with it and watch it on playback. So if they haven't watched it live, follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182. Also on Discord, Steve the B. And also subscribe to this channel, of course, Mr. B Ivor Football Chat. Please keep smashing those likes, subbing if you're new. As I say, I did lose a sub the other day. I'm on 239. Well, as I say, I'm not going to lose any sleep on it. That's happened, but I'd like to see the subs go back up. Would be amazing. So we'll see. But brilliant. Subs are not be all and end all for me. I just love doing this. This is a real thing for me, a real great thing. I love doing, a real interest for me to talk about my club and other things as well. Also check out my cricket one yesterday. I done cricket big debate show with Manny Fangadurai. Fantastic stream that was. Great having him on again. Go and check him out on other things. But yeah, watch that and watch the other one I done, the other transfer one yesterday as well. All my content is available, of course, so try and go there, try and get onto my site, my channel, and check it all out, guys. But anyway, I'm going to bounce. There will be more of these, hopefully. We'll see what happens in the next few days with more transfers. There will be some more debate shows at some stage, no doubt. I also done one a few days ago about the FIFA, about fraudulent FIFA. So check all those out, guys. I'm going to bounce now, though. Until the next one, guys, I'm out of here. Cheers, everyone. Thanks, guys. Bye.